Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and Happy New Year. This is the first video that I'm filming for 2023. So I thought what better video to film than 10 daily habits that have changed my life and that I would totally recommend you guys adopt in 2023. And I think the tips I'm going to share today are not like traditional ones. I'm not going to tell you to drink more water or sleep more. I think we all know we should do those things. These are a little bit different and I hope you'll find it interesting. If you do like this video, definitely give a big thumbs up and subscribe if you're new. And with all that said, let's get into the 10 daily habits. The first daily habit that I wanted to share with you guys is manifesting, or it's also known as visualization. And I've touched upon this in a couple of videos in the past, but I haven't gone into loads of detail because I think if you're new to manifesting, it can sound a little bit out there. So if you don't know what it is basically making something tangible come into your life by your thoughts and your beliefs. You may have heard the quote before, what you think about, you bring about, or your thoughts become things. And I truly believe that that works. I've been doing this for about 15 years. That's when I originally read the book, The Secret. And at the time I thought, I've got nothing to lose. I'm going to create a vision board and I'm going to focus on it and I'm going to work really hard towards it. And so many things have manifested into my life. And if anything, it just really focuses you on your goals, what's it all for, and I find it really helpful. It's something I even do with the kids now. Vision boarding is a great exercise, especially at this time of year, just to assess, what you'd really like to achieve in the next year. Is there any holidays you'd like to go on? Is there a promotion you want at work? Might be even having a baby. I know those are very big things, but the thing is about manifesting, I would say go big. Like really think about, if you had no fear, if nothing could go wrong, what would you want in your life? Put that down or look at those things every day. Doesn't take long. And I try and feel how I would feel when I receive those things. And obviously you can't just say, I want this and then do absolutely no work towards it. But by saying what you actually want, you focus yourself and then you can set goals and to-do list based on those. And sometimes with things that I'm really trying to focus on, like maybe I'll say, I want to get 1 million subscribers on YouTube. Maybe something like that, I would actually write on my mirror, put post-it notes around. I've seen people actually get temporary tattoos, so they're constantly thinking about it. If you're interested, definitely check out The Secret. That was the first book I read. The Magic is also a great one. I recently got this one, which is called Manifest. Let me know your thoughts on that in the comments below. My next habit is to create simple routines to help make your life that little bit easier. When I became a new mom, I found the first 8 weeks were a complete blur. I was so tired and pretty much at breaking point when my son was 8 weeks old. So I found a baby routine in a book and I started doing that routine and it honestly changed everything. The baby was more content. I had more sleep, like everyone kind of knew what was happening and I just felt that little bit more in control. So from that, I've created routines throughout my life. I mean, you've probably seen all of my routine videos, but we have an evening routine, a morning routine, I have a cleaning routine. All of it now is very much like on autopilot. I just find that me and the kids thrive so much better when we have these simple routines in place. And on this point, I wanted to share with you a little routine that I added into my skincare that has transformed my skin. And you guys may know that I work with Skin in Me and I have done for probably about a year now, but they have completely transformed my skin throughout 2022 and I would highly recommend you guys check them out if you're having any skincare issues or you just want to take your skincare to the next level. Okay, so Skin in Me make powerful personalized skincare products with active ingredients inside them that you just can't get over the counter. Their products are designed by dermatologists, so you're getting expert care without having the wait times or the price tag either. And the product comes completely personalized. It has your name on it and the formulation inside is tailored for your skin and your skin goals. So the way that it works is you go online, you fill out a very simple online consultation about your skin goals, and then you also send off 3 makeup-free photos. That then goes off to their dermatology team. They have a good look at your notes and at your photos of your skin. They'll make an assessment and then design a treatment plan for you. And they do like the perfect amounts of ingredients, the combinations, the level of active ingredients. So depending on what you put, like my skin goals were that I wanted my skin to be brighter, I had hormonal acne, and I'm also worrying a bit more about fine lines and wrinkles. You can put that information in, and then the product has arrived based on that. So this is the Daily Doser. It's the most easiest step to add to your skincare routine. It literally looks like this. You just twist it up to the next line, and that is your daily dose. You basically wash your face, put it on, wait 10 minutes. So I'll normally like brush my teeth in between that bit, and then moisturize afterwards as well. Adding this in is so easy because you may have heard of like habit stacking. If you want to like have a new habit in your life, a really good way to add something like that in is to stack it on top of a habit that you're already doing every day. This works great. Like when I wanted to take my vitamins more, I would just sit them next to where I get my coffee every morning, and that made me remember to do it. So similar with this, it's just something you add after you cleanse, and it's so simple. I've had loads of compliments, and I just really love it and recommend it. So if you want to check it out, I'll put the information in the description down below, but you guys can get the Daily Doser for your first month for just £3.50. But you can have a good month of trialing it, see what you think, and then like it's normally £24.99 per month. Check it out. I'll put the links down below. The next daily habit is probably the one habit that makes me feel the most organized, and it is meal planning. I know I've talked about this a million times in the past, but it's just something we do on a Sunday evening. We have a look what we've got in the fridge. We'll talk about what we want to have for dinner in the next week, and every Monday we have a grocery delivery slot, so we can add to the list up until 11 p.m. on Sunday, and then it just arrives on Monday. So often on the couch on a Sunday we're like, what do you want for dinner this week? What do you want for dinner? But we have our staple dinners that we know the whole family will eat. So often we'll do like 4 or 5 of those and maybe try 2 new recipes. It makes life so much easier, and I have a little magnetic calendar that I put on the fridge so the whole family can see what's for dinner, so you don't have to have that what's for dinner question every day of the week. They can have a look for themselves, and you can swap things around. If say one night, you know, we don't fancy having like this chicken dish, we can just swap a couple round, like depending on dates and things. But often a lot of them are meals that I know we're all gonna like, and it just makes life so much easier. Also makes me spend less on groceries because there's not like wasted food as well. Next habit that I wanted to share with you guys, which made a huge impact last year, is to wake up early in the morning. And bear with me, don't click off. I don't mean every single day. And I know a lot of my followers are mums, and I don't mean you with like 3 kids under the age of 4, not you, because at that stage when I was there, you're just kind of surviving. What I have been doing is waking up early just 2 mornings a week. I wake up early on a Tuesday and a Thursday before the kids. So I wake up at 5:45. I'm probably like, it's probably 6 a.m. by the time I actually get out of bed. But by waking up early, I can prepare all the lunches, snacks. Literally the silence in the morning is so nice as well. Just have some time to myself. I can put a podcast on or watch something while I'm doing things, and then I actually work out from 7 to 8 a.m. on those 2 days. And Matt will sort the kids out for school on those days. Then I'm done my workout by 8. I can still actually do one of the school runs, and it's just made a huge difference. And it's only 2 mornings a week. If you can do more than that, that's amazing. But I tried the 5 a.m. challenge for 1 week and it nearly killed me. And while we're talking about exercise, I also wanted to share a few other things that have actually actually made me stick to an exercise regime for the past 35 weeks. That's huge for me because I have been so on and off with exercise. Sometimes I'm trying Pilates and then I'm trying something different, and I've just never been able to really stick to something. But for the past 35 weeks, I've been doing 3 workouts a week. What has actually really helped is working out with a friend. She happens to be a PT, so I know that's extremely lucky. But working out with a friend, even when I don't feel like going, I think, oh no, I'm going to catch up with her, and I feel more accountable to her as well. But if you even don't work out with a friend, you could maybe do a workout at home, like follow notes on your phone, but maybe watch your favorite show to try and make it like enjoyable. A few other things that have helped as well is doing like visual cues. So if I lay out the gym gear that I need to put on in the morning on those days that I'm going to work out, I'm far more likely to do it, to put it on. And something else that has been huge for me is wearing a step counter. I've talked about this so many times in the past, but it really does motivate me. I love to track my steps. It definitely makes me move more. And also whenever I do a workout, I'll set, I'm doing a HIIT routine or I'm doing strength training, and then I can like see how the workout went, see how many calories I burnt. It's just really interesting, and I personally really, really like it. Another thing is sometimes I just think to myself, oh, better than nothing. If I really don't want to do a workout, I think, oh, anything's better than nothing. And you can almost promise yourself, I'm only going to do 5 minutes. I'm only going to do like this many push-ups, this many sit-ups, this many jumping jacks. But once you've done 5 minutes of something, you're far more likely to carry on. I think motivation comes once you start something. So if you promise yourself, I'm just going to do 5 minutes, then you're bound to do more or the entire workout. And my next habit is similar to the last one in terms of using a timer. And I've talked about this on my channel before, but it is to do a 10-minute tidy up. I love this so much. And if you procrastinate, especially when it comes to cleaning, I would highly recommend it. If you don't feel like cleaning a room or decluttering a drawer, or at the end of the day when the kitchen's a complete mess and you just cannot be bothered, just set a 10-minute timer on your phone and promise yourself you're only going to do that 10 minutes, and when the alarm goes off, that is literally it. This works well because it doesn't feel like very long, but you can also get so much done in just 10 minutes. And having a timer going really speeds me up. I run around like a crazy person, and often at the end of the 10 minutes, the kitchen will be clean, or it will just be a much better space. Or, if you start decluttering something for 10 minutes and then you're in it, you're like, okay, I'm going to finish it. I've seen so many great declutter challenges on Pinterest where you just spend 10 minutes a day decluttering different parts of your home, and then at the end of the month your house is in such a better state. And the next habit is great if you find that you don't have loads of time to read, but you would still like to read, but you just can't find the time to sit down and physically pick up a book. I feel like I'm in that season of life where I actually feel guilty if I sit down, have time to myself reading. I don't know if it's just me, but I've still got 3 young kids and I'm trying to work and do different things, so I much prefer listening to audiobooks while I'm getting things done around the house. It kind of makes the cleaning more enjoyable, and I'm taking in information, and I just find it really great. In the last year, let me show you, I've read 34 different books, and I've got such an array of different ones here. I've got motivational books, books about children, books about teenagers, books about dogs. I'll drop things into conversation from a book I've read. It's been really life-changing, because from someone who just felt like they just couldn't find the time to read, to now having read like 34 books over the past year. The next habit that I wanted to share with you guys is to make your bed every morning. And hear me out on this one. There's a famous speech by a Navy SEAL where he talks about how making your bed every morning can change the world. It gives you a small amount of pride. You feel like you've accomplished something first thing in the morning. It takes like 30 seconds, a minute to do, but it's so important because if you get the small things right, you can get the big things right. I'll link his speech in the description if you want to check it out. It's really inspiring and it's something that's stuck with me. So make your bed every morning, and I like to clean the kitchen every night just because when I come down in the morning, it makes such a massive difference to my mood. If the kitchen's already kind of clean, like clean kitchen sink, dishes are in the dishwasher, the sides have been wiped down, doing that every night doesn't take long, but it makes such a massive difference. Another habit that can be life-changing is to schedule in fun, especially with your kids. I know that sounds really lame, scheduling fun, but life can be so busy. It's great if you can schedule things in. Like I said, we have a Friday movie night with the kids that they look forward to, or scheduling in a few fun days throughout the year, or, you know, if you can, you know, holidays as well. It's so nice to have things to look forward to, and also like set times when you do have to switch off from different things and actually enjoy family life and have fun together. And then the last habit is to curate your social media to make you feel good. I've talked about this before, but your social media and what you see online is going to affect you. And personally, I want it to be very positive. If you go on my Instagram right now, you will see I follow so many good news accounts. There's Upworthy, good news. I love to follow Dodo. There's like just basically positivity, cute babies and cute puppies. That is what you will see on my Instagram. And if I ever see content that I don't enjoy or that offends me or that I don't like, I just unfollow. Or if it's a friend that you don't feel that you can unfollow, you can hide their posts so you don't have to see it. I would say even me, you know, if my content offends you, sometimes I'll get these mean comments and I think, just unfollow me. Like, that's probably the best thing to do for your mental health. Definitely go through, curate your social media, or, you know, it should all be stuff that you want to see. And also on that point, I also wanted to share with you that it's okay to turn off notifications. I read a book called The Sweet Spot, and in one of her chapters, she was talking about how, you know, you should say no more and you can turn off your notifications, so then you're only looking at things when you're completely ready to. So even like my email notifications, if I'm out in the park pushing the swing, I don't really want to see it pop up that I've got an email from blah 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 and it's really important and I need to reply right now. I'd much rather turn off some of the notifications, and then when I'm personally ready to sit down, look at emails, you know, I can put an hour aside at the beginning of the day, I can put an hour aside at the end of the day and deal with things then. And I find that that really helps me to not be so distracted on my phone. Okay guys, those are all the habits that I wanted to share with you today. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below which one was your favorite, which one you might try or you already do, or even a habit that you would totally recommend to me. I'd love to see that. And also don't forget to check out Skin and Me. I'll put their link and discount code in the description for you guys to just go and check it out. And yeah, I'll see you in my next one. And yeah, Happy New Year once again. Bye guys.